out there. I am Jess Rydell, aka Ageless Jess, and I'm here with day 22 of my Skyrocket Your Sales series. I have a special treat in store for you today. We've had some amazing guests on the series so far, and today is no exception. I have here with me Michael Gaenzler, and he is a self-proclaimed boomer as well as a business coach and strategist. So I'm really excited to talk to Michael today. I know he is super passionate about startups and entrepreneurs and businesses. He's sort of created this passion project business of his own, and he's helped a lot of people to get their businesses off the ground. So Michael and I had a drink on Monday, and we talked a little bit about bootstrapping a business. And, he encourages people not to overinvest at the start of a business. So I wanted first to ask you, Michael, if you could speak a little bit to the bootstrapping concept. What does that look like? And what would you recommend to a new entrepreneur or coach in business?
Yeah, typical startups, they have a great idea and they're passionate about their idea and they go on a mission to um, explore the world and talk about their great idea, and they understand that there's a lot of money out there. And if you follow the easy path, it's not an easy path, but if you follow the money, you quickly come to a situation where your idea becomes somebody else's idea. So my advice or my passion is for the people that keep the equity in-house, they keep the money, they try to do it on their own, and that's called bootstrapping. And they kind of build the company to a stage where they make the first revenue. They know that their business model works. They know that people like their idea, and they have done it on their own. They had no external help, or they had external help, but not from a venture capital or angel investor or whatever. They did it on their own. And once they make revenue and have a proven model, then they have a different valuation out in the marketplace. And their idea became an innovation, and it's actually a live business, and they have customers, they have revenue, and it's much easier for them to get a chunk of the money back that they invested in the beginning. So the trick is to balance it right and to not give up too much equity in the beginning and end up uh, sidetracked at the end. Your idea, and you need to take it all the way. And the best way to do it bootstrap, control over the company. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm passionate about the bootstrap people, and I like to help them.
Very good. Well, that sounds like some very solid advice, building your own thing, not giving away power or the idea to someone else that is an investor that's going to then have a say so in what it is you're doing. Think of the pride that kind of comes with being able to create that solo and not have to depend on somebody kind of swooping in to save the day, and in that process kind of stealing your idea in a way, or affecting your idea in a way that maybe your vision doesn't play out the way you had originally seen, right? Or wanted it to play out. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, what we're doing here in the next 7 days, today and the 6 days following, is we're talking to coaches, business owners, entrepreneurs about ideas for organic lead generation. And I know this isn't necessarily your favorite subject, but I know you have some great info for my audience and my listeners on this topic. So I'm going to turn it over to you. And what would you recommend in terms of a brand new business owner getting leads without having to heavily invest in lead generation?
Yeah, since you already outed me as a boomer, I have a long history in sales, and I did a lot of lead generation, and at a time where there were not so many tools out there. So you had to really find the addresses. There was a lot of manual work.
Mm-hmm.
And but one thing stayed the same over the time, because there's a lot of noise out there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's your choice to either contribute to the noise or to stick out of the noise and become something desirable.
Right.
And it's very important to have the right strategy from the beginning, the foundation. You know what your superpower is, what makes you stick out, what makes you the red apple in the sea of green apples. Then it's much easier to communicate. If you know what your compelling offer is, then you're halfway there. Then you just need to find the right people that will listen to your message. And nowadays you have a lot of digital tools to do this. Depending on where you are, I'm in the business to business sales more than anything else. So I work with LinkedIn, and I look. I'm very selective who I want to work with, and I want to develop the trust first before I bombard them with messages about whatever I'm selling.
Right.
I don't want to forcefully sell. I want to show the need for my solution and establish it with a trustworthiness and the passion that I bring to the topic. And then we find a common ground. It's more like, how should I say it? It's maybe love at second sight, third sight, or takes maybe 11 contact points before you fall in love in this matchmaking process. But it's not a quick way to do it in my line of business and with my approach. But it's
Yeah.
a lasting way. And you want to look at the lifetime value of your clients, and you want to have a long relationship. You don't want a one-hit wonder. So it's important to go into a relationship with your right ones.
Yeah, it's kind of
And
like dating, like what you're saying is. It
it's
is. It's like you're forming
it's
a
a different kind of date.
It's a different kind of date. Yeah, I see that. And I love that visualization that you handed over to us, Michael, about being the red apple in the sea of green apples. I saw that image so vividly when you spoke of it. So, what sets you apart? What makes you different? Why should they work with you as compared to all the other coaches and consultants out there? What is your special superpower? And if you're aware of that, like you said, that's half the battle right there. But being able also, what I'm hearing you say is the touch points don't, a lot of people give up on, the third try or the second try even. And that's not going to cut it if you are in business for yourself. The follow-up has to extend beyond 2 or 3 touches. And you just spoke to that so succinctly. So hopefully our listeners are thinking this through. And if you're out there and you're listening and you're like, I don't know what makes me special, I don't know what my superpower is, I definitely recommend, and Michael, I'm sure you would too, go back to the drawing board and do some soul searching on, why are you different? Why are you special? Why is it a better idea to work with you than other people in your field? I don't like to use the word competition, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of people competing for the same customers. It's true, right? So what makes you that red apple? I just love that image. I want to go find that like a photograph of that now and write about it, because I'm just inspired with that visual image. All right. Any other tips that you have right now in terms of a newer entrepreneur getting their first 8 to 10 clients?
So it's all driven by the passion needs to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And you have to have kind of a purpose for your business. And that kind of feeds your passion. You want to change the world. You have a certain topic in mind. You want to make the IoT safe, or you want to cure Alzheimer's, or think big, make it a valuable purpose. And then you develop the passion for it. And you talk to people, they believe you. And that's the first level of trust they believe that you're honest, that you have this mission in you, that you're passionate, it all adds up and it helps you in the matchmaking. But on the
Gosh,
other side, you also need to find the right clients. And I'm pretty selective because if my client doesn't have the passion, then it's also not a good match. So I like to work with passionate people. So I need to find the right passionate people. And so far I found a lot of them, and there are a lot of them out there, and I can give them the clarity for their purpose and for their mission. So
right.
it's a win for me. It's a win-win situation. I enjoy it to work with those people, and I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. And see them succeed gives me even more satisfaction when they get the first capital round or they get the first client on board. And I talked with my first client in my new business venture, and I'm proud of her because she came out of a hole and made it to a level that she had never seen before. It makes me proud.
As
And
it should. Yeah.
I think it's a nice business to be in because you can give the world your clients a life that they deserve and give them the profitability and the revenue that they actually could have. So bring them there, and then they can live the life they deserve. For me, it's a great satisfaction and a great also gives me a good feeling when I'm at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my mentors that was I went to a marketing convention back in 2017, and it was Bill Barron, and something you said just kind of made me think of something that he had said that always stuck with me, and it was just about that passion. And he said, "Make your mission a movement." You
Mm-hmm.
know, like in terms of
Mm-hmm.
like really getting in there and seeing the bigger picture, like you said. So I love that, Michael. Thank you so much for coming on. And if someone wanted to contact you about your business or service, Michael, how would they do that?
I'm on LinkedIn. My company is called Your Profit Engineer. My email is mgaenzler, difficult name, but you can see it on the video screen, at outlook.com or at yourprofitengineer.com. You will find me if you want. If you have the
Fantastic.
same passion.
Yes, exactly. If you have that passion. And Michael, I'll tag you on LinkedIn underneath our broadcast here. And I just want to do a quick shout out for my own sales event that is coming up on March 23rd. It is a virtual sales accelerator. It's a one-day event from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to really dive into your individual sales process, what you're struggling with, what kind of objections you're getting that you're having challenges overcoming. What is your dialogue? Do you have a tight close where like a process where you get to the close and you ask for the money in a very succinct and similar manner each and every time? So if you're struggling with the actual sales conversation, this is something you don't want to miss. I'm going to put the link for that event in the comments as well. Michael, thank you so much for joining me. And folks, if you're watching out there, feel free to drop a comment or drop the word replay so that we can know that you caught this broadcast. And we appreciate you being on with us. And Michael, I'll see you at the networking meeting next week. Or are you coming this evening to the one that we have planned?
I'm coming.
I will see you
you
there.
then.
Fantastic. All right. Thanks so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, sales fans. Bye-bye.